Hey, good morning, everybody. You know, America is finding out what happens when you ignore Coretta Scott King. Last night, after most nightly news shows had already aired, after a good portion of the country had already gone to bed, something deeply disturbing happened. We learned that a man lied under oath. And in this country, we call that perjury. It's not just a violation of court policy, it's a crime. Tens of thousands of people have gone to jail for lying under oath. And when black folk lie under oath, they go to prison. As you may recall, Olympic gold medalist Marion Jones went to prison for lying under oath about using performance-enhancing drugs. You may have forgotten, but in 2005, the rapper Lil' Kim went to prison for lying under oath. But 31 years ago, all the way back in 1986, Coretta Scott King warned this nation about the questionable character of a man named Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III. At that time, Jeff Sessions was being considered for an appointment as a federal judge, but Coretta Scott King was so disturbed that she penned a 10-page letter detailing why such an appointment would be dangerous for this nation. She questioned his commitment not just to voting rights and civil rights, but to good judgment and common decency. And based on his record, I believe his confirmation would have, this is a quote from her, based on his record, I believe his confirmation would have a devastating effect not only on the judicial system in Alabama, but also on progress we've made everywhere towards fulfilling my husband's dream, end of quote. And so 31 years ago, the United States Senate decided that Jeff Sessions could not be trusted as a federal judge, and he never got the position. Now, 31 years later, he is the Attorney General of the United States and was just caught lying under oath. As you no doubt know by now, something very peculiar is going on with Donald Trump and Russia. His national security advisor, Michael Flynn, resigned in disgrace after it was discovered that he lied repeatedly about his communications with Russian officials, serving the shortest term ever of any national security advisor. And as of late last year, and frequently over the past few years, Donald Trump has said repeatedly that he knows Vladimir Putin very well, that they have a relationship, that they have influence with one another, but now that he's president, he denies any such relationship ever existed. It's now widely accepted that Russia hacked the Democratic Party and did everything it could to influence the outcome of the election in doing so. That is just one of the many reasons why it's so damn disturbing that Jeff Sessions, who was not Marion Jones or Lil' Kim, but the Attorney General of the United States of America, the top law enforcement official in our country, was caught plain as day lying under oath during his confirmation hearings. Minnesota Senator Al Franken, during the hearings, told Jeff Sessions of a new report that surrogates for Donald Trump's presidential campaign had frequently met with Russian government officials throughout the campaign. And with a smug look of confidence, Sessions looked right at Al Franken and said this, quote, "I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, but I did not have communications with the Russians. Except now we know he did." Not years before he gave this testimony, but just weeks before he gave it, Jeff Sessions, this past July and again this past September, met with Russian government officials. That he swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth during his confirmation hearing, but then lied twice about meeting with the Russians just months earlier is not just wrong, it's criminal. Jeff Sessions should resign immediately. If he does not resign, he should be fired. Then he should be prosecuted for perjury, and a full, unbiased investigation into Trump's ties with Russia should be launched. It is suspicious that the very thing Trump's cabinet officials keep getting caught lying about is Russia. But this is not just about Russia. It's about integrity. It's about honesty. It's about fairness. And I'll close with this thought. Coretta Scott King did not trust Jeff Sessions 31 years ago. In voting him in as Attorney General anyway, her words were ignored, but the chickens have come home to roost. Jeff Sessions was a scoundrel then. He's a scoundrel now. He's as phony as a $3 bill. This controversy will not go away, and we must all demand together, in the spirit of our ancestors, that he be removed from this office immediately. Take care, everybody. Man, right. I mean, there is a record of this, so he can't deny it. Well, we're not quite clear, and Al Franken has not revealed what he knew then, and because it was just discovered last night. The Washington Post and NBC News and others discovered that he met twice, and we did not know that. I did not know that previously, and so whether Al Franken knew it or people in the Senate knew it or not, it is record. And at first he denied it. He's told four versions of the story now already in 12 hours. At first he said it didn't happen. Then he said he just now remembered. Now he's saying he does remember, but it really wasn't that relevant. And so the story is evolving, but he's saying it isn't perjury, but it is perjury. He lied, and if you see it in his typical smug way, he looks right at Al Franken and says he never had any communications with the Russians, but he met with them not once but twice in the campaign. So. Well, it's disturbing, man, and what we're seeing, I think it is, because we're seeing some really mainstream senators immediately call for his resignation, which is a rare thing to see. No Republicans have called for it, but even Lindsey Graham, who's been a bit of an antagonist to Donald Trump, he said some pretty strong stuff last night as well. He learned during a public forum that it happened, and he said that Sessions should recuse himself if this is true from any investigation. Yeah, but multiple senators and congressmen, yes, Democrats, but it's a rare thing for any of us to see sitting U.S. senators call for an attorney general's resignation. It's a problem. Oh yeah, absolutely. He came hard for him for sure. Yeah, we all need to unify around this. It's a problem. We might. I hope so. Yeah, two down, 25 to go. Yeah. Hey, everybody, hold on one second, all right? Hey, everybody, what's up? Just finished the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Hope you're doing well. What we learned about Jeff Sessions late last night, I'm disturbed by it. If you heard my whole commentary, Marion Jones, the Olympic gold medalist, and the rapper Lil' Kim, they went to prison for perjury. Like, they lied under oath and were prosecuted by federal prosecutors, and they went to federal prison for lying under oath. And so this thought that the attorney general lies under oath and gets away with it is a problem. And I would feel this way if any attorney general lied under oath. And so I saw somebody in the comments a few seconds ago say, this is a smoking gun, and in a lot of ways it is a smoking gun. Deeply problematic. And so I want to say one thing, but I have to hurry up because I have to take my son to the doctor. But don't be distracted, because Donald Trump and the White House and the team they're going to do things to try to throw us off, because this is a real problem for them. That Jeff Sessions, right in the Senate, looked in his confirmation hearings, looked the senators in the face and said, I had no communications with the Russians, but had met with them twice just weeks before, is a serious problem. The man committed perjury. And again, we're not talking about Lil' Kim or Marion Jones. We're talking about the man that has the highest law enforcement office in the country. And how can you expect anybody to prosecute any case with any decency or fairness when he will look us in the face and lie like this. And so don't let up. Let's unify around this. The man needs to be fired or he needs to resign. He needs to be prosecuted. He clearly needs to recuse himself from any investigations on this matter. And we need to push for it. And I'm convinced that Donald Trump and the White House, very quickly, you're going to see, are going to try to do some things, say some things to distract us from this, because this is a real problem for them. So appreciate y'all. Thanks for the love. I'm still healing up. I'm in a lot more pain than I thought I would be, to be honest with you. But starting to ease myself back into daily activities, and here we are. So appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Love y'all.